everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video we have my February favourites and fails, where I'll be going over the items I've been loving in February and the ones not so much. I do mainly have beauty and skincare here today. I do just have one lifestyle favourite that I want to mention first. The reason I want to mention it first is so I don't forget to mention it, because it's not something that I physically have here in front of me, and that is because it is an exercise bike. I did remember to take a picture of the bike so I could include it on the screen here, and this is a Reebok exercise bike that we did actually inherit from a family member. I have actually been wanting to purchase a foldable treadmill for the longest time, ever since I took up running in 2020. When the weather got cold and it was a bit too dark and things for me to go out on a run, I wanted to get a treadmill so that I could run inside. But when we were trying to think about where we could store the treadmill, my husband was saying there was nowhere for it to go, and when I looked at things realistically, there wasn't even one that folded up. So we did write that off, and I just stuck to doing kind of fitness YouTube videos, and that was it. Then one of our family members did offer us an exercise bike, and my husband isn't into running at all. He would much rather sit on an exercise bike than go on a run or go on a treadmill, and suddenly he found the space that we could store this exercise bike. I'm not bitter about it or anything, but even though I have loved using it this month, I do still kind of wish it was a treadmill. So we have managed to find a small corner of our bedroom to store it. In the picture, I believe I have pulled it in front of our sort of ensuite bathroom door, but other than that, it does usually go a bit further back, so it is kind of out of the way, provided we don't open the bathroom door too wide. So we do have a space for it because it's not the biggest exercise bike out there, which is something that I do really like about it. It has definitely been making me exercise that little bit more. Because it is still a little bit cold for me to go out on a run, I've been using the exercise bike as well as doing these online videos still. Probably that's another favourite I could mention actually, the YouTube channel of EmkFit. This is a HIIT workout channel that I see and recommended from Jessica Braun, and it is a great workout that definitely does get you going. It is usually a 20-25 minute workout, and she usually has a theme of songs that she does for that HIIT workout. And the ones that I've liked the most is the 90s ones and the noughties ones, and also the one that I think was like Hits from My Walkman or something like that. So I will try and remember to link her channel in the description box below. I found that when I was doing those 25-minute workouts, I was burning as many calories as if I was going on a run. So what I've been doing is I've been doing those 20-minute workouts, and then as my kind of cool down, I've been doing another 10, 15, 20 minutes on the exercise bike as well. It has meant that rather than me just doing the 20 minutes of exercise, it's ended up that I'm doing at least 30 minutes, if not 45 minutes, and I'm doing that sort of every few days. So it's definitely got me moving a lot more in February, which I have appreciated. So that's why I wanted to mention this first, because it has definitely been a favourite. And even though I say I am slightly bitter that it's not a treadmill and it is an exercise bike, I have definitely enjoyed having it in the house this month, and I think we will get a lot of use out of it. Now on to my beauty favourites. The first one I want to mention is one that I've probably mentioned in a favourites video in the past, and it's a product that I haven't used in the longest time. It is this fragrance mist from Victoria's Secret. This is the Tease fragrance mist, and I don't know if you can see on the side there, but there are remains of Project Pan lines. I did stupidly stick this in a Project Pan, I think for 2 years on the bounce, thinking that I would get it finished up, and I never did. Even when I was wearing perfume on a daily basis, I would still struggle to go through a full bottle in a short space of time. I do go in with quite a few spritzers, but perfume just seems to last me forever. I don't ever take it with me in my handbag or anything, so it is just that initial application in the morning, but yeah, fragrance does last me a long time. Since we have been on lockdown, which at this point in a couple of weeks it will be a year since I've been working from home, I just have not been wearing fragrance at all. I got a new perfume purchase for me, not Christmas 2020 but Christmas 2019, and I was hoping to open that up around about Easter time in 2020. Obviously, because we went into lockdown, I've not even opened that perfume up yet, but I found myself in the past month just wanting to reach for something. I don't know if I just feel like I'm stuck in a bit of a rut and I want something different going on in my day, a different smell. I've been using the same deodorant for the past year, so I feel like that's probably what it is. I just wanted a different smell, so I've been reaching for this again. I don't think I want to kind of reach for perfumes to just sit around the house, because for me, with perfumes being quite expensive, that's slightly a bit of a waste, whereas this was relatively affordable. I think it was £20 for this, and I do believe I actually have a backup of this somewhere in my collection. But yeah, I've been reaching for this a lot more in the month of February, and it's just given me a nice little refresh boost. It's a really nice scent to it. It is sort of sweet and floral, and it does smell quite spring-like, so I think it's given me a bit of a boost because it's making me realise that spring's around the corner as well. So yeah, I've been loving this in February. Next we have this moisturiser from ELF. This is the Daily Hydration Moisturiser, and this was something that I think I got in a hydration jet set kit or something from ELF last year, and I don't believe I have tried one of their daily moisturisers before, but this is a really nice product. I have been loving the day cream from number 7. I believe I have featured that in another favourites before, which is why I didn't include the two of them in here. But if I've not been reaching for the number 7 one, I've been reaching for this. And when we've had the more colder weather in the past few weeks, this has definitely been a saviour. I don't tend to overly suffer from dry skin, but it has been exceptionally cold here in the UK in the middle of February, and I was reaching for this a lot. It is such a nice moisturiser. It's really nice and lightweight. It does soak into the skin really quickly, and it does just make your skin feel instantly refreshed. So I've been absolutely loving reaching for this one, and it is one that once I've used this one up, I will definitely be purchasing a full size of. And then speaking of hydrating products, I have this one from Sukyu. This is the Moisture Hydro Lotion. This is a product that I think I got in a subscription box for the longest time ago. I can't even remember what one, and I just didn't even use it for a while because I didn't know what really to do with it. So what I tend to do is I will apply this after a serum before a moisturiser, just as an extra kind of moisture boost, and I feel like it is so good. It's just giving my skin that extra little boost that it needs. And this is a really watery consistency, so it does soak into the skin really quickly, and even if I put this on top of a more heavier serum, I feel like it still does soak into the skin really quickly, and it does just feel really nice on the skin. It has a nice sweet fresh scent to it, and I just love how it makes my skin feel. I didn't realise until looking into it how expensive of a product or brand this was, and I think the full size of this is about £60. So even though I do really enjoy it and a little does go a long way, I don't think it's one that I will jump to purchase in the future. I appreciate that if you do also watch my Shop My Stash skincare drawers, or possibly my everyday makeup drawer for some of these products, I will be slightly repeating myself, so I do apologise for that. Just thought I should mention it. And then seeing as we're talking about skincare, I have another skincare product. This is the Moroccan Rose Superfood Facial Oil from Dr. Botanicals. This is a product that I'm pretty sure I have featured in some sort of favourite somewhere because I have loved this for the longest time. I did go through one of these, I think in autumn in 2020, and I just hadn't got around to opening a new one because I had so much skincare on the go. And I finally opened up a new one, and I'm so glad I did, and I just love reaching for this one so much. I've recently found out that the best time to apply facial oil is at the very end of your routine. I had been previously applying it before putting my moisturiser on, and sometimes it'd make the moisturiser afterwards just sit a bit heavy on the skin, whereas applying it as a last step, I feel like it just locks everything into place. It just makes my skin feel really nice, and this is a product that I don't just love the actual product itself, but I love the smell of it. I do not like anything that is rose scented, but this to me doesn't smell like rose. It has a kind of sweet scent to it, and I just can't put my finger on what it smells like, but it is just so nice, and it's a really lightweight oil as well. It doesn't sit heavy on the skin, and I've never had any issues with it going on top of any of my moisturisers. So again, another product that I've loved reaching for in February. Then I have these Blemish Patches from OK. These are the clear cover Blemish Patches, and it says night and day with tea tree, and this did include 18 different patches. These are really nice little patches that do look quite invisible on the skin, so I was quite happy kind of wearing these of a day. If I did need to cover maskne, which has been my main kind of concern, I would be quite happy wearing these under a mask because they just didn't irritate at all. When I first started using them, I wasn't too sure of what they were doing or how best to use them, but when I fathomed out how long was best to keep them on for, I feel like they did really start working well for me then. They are a product that you can just put on for a short amount of time in the day, or they are ones that you can leave on overnight. I found that there was no point leaving them on overnight because it didn't really work for me. It was better if I just put them on for an hour. Whatever they are, just the tea tree or anything like that, I just felt like an hour was long enough for it to penetrate into my skin without leaving it on for longer than it needed to, and really start to dry the spots out. These have definitely helped me to stop picking my spots. I am quite bad at doing that or squeezing them because it dries them out so that there's nothing there for me to kind of get at. it just would then make it scab, so it definitely has made me leave my spots alone a lot more. I do still suffer from quite a few breakouts recently, but I feel like these have definitely helped. And considering they are something that I thought was quite gimmicky, I have been really enjoying them, and I think these ones were really affordable as well. I think they were only a few pounds. Next we have a makeup favourite, and that is a lip product. This is the NYX Liquid Suede, and this one is in the shade Soft Spoken. This is the lipstick that I have on my lips now. I had completely forgotten how much I really enjoyed this lipstick. I don't think I've had this one in my rotation for the longest time because I was kind of glazed over it as being a quite sort of boring lip product, but I have been really enjoying reaching for it. If I'm honest, I do think it is possibly on its way out now because it is starting to get a bit of a smell to it that I don't remember having in the past. But I feel like it's a really pretty deep nude shade on my lips. It is super comfortable. It doesn't really feel like I'm wearing anything at all. It is just very soft and pillowy on the lips, and it is decently long lasting as well. If I wear this, I can sort of have a bit of a drink of water and it doesn't wear away straight away. And then because of the shade that I have, it does fade away gracefully. I do always generally write NYX off as a brand. Nothing they seem to release does excite me, but then they do have really good kind of staples like this. I believe this is a range of lipsticks you can still purchase from, so once this one does go bad, it does definitely make me want to purchase more. I don't know whether I would possibly repurchase this shade because I do love it so much, or maybe try one of their other shades, but I just kind of forgotten how much I love this one. Then I have a hair care favourite, and this is from Moroccan Oil. This is the Protect and Prevent Spray. This says it is for colour treated hair, which I don't have, but I've just been using it on my hair and it's been absolutely fine. This is a product that I believe I got in a Fair Unique beauty kit, and was a product I just threw in because I knew I liked Moroccan Oil but didn't really know much about the product. I've been using this as a kind of heat protectant spray and a leave-in conditioner type product. It does have that really nice Moroccan Oil scent that I love without being the slightly heaviness that the oil can sometimes be. I do have the Moroccan Oil treatment, and whilst I do absolutely love it, I do try and ration it in my hair. I find if I do use that on consecutive hair washes, it does weigh my hair down slightly, whereas using this spray, I can use this every time I wash my hair and it never weighs it down, and I feel like it does have the same sort of benefits in that it does smell really nice, the scent stays in your hair, it also makes my hair nice and soft, and it does protect it from the heat as well. This, I say, is a mini that I got from a beauty kit. The Moroccan Oil that I currently have is also a mini that I maybe got in a past beauty kit. So once both of those run out, I'm not actually sure which one I would prefer to repurchase. The Moroccan Oil treatment is really good for that deep conditioning, but I do like the ease of this one and the fact that I can use it more often, so I'm going to have to weigh up which one I do prefer, but at the moment I'm leaning more towards this one. Then we have a kind of miscellaneous favourite, and this is a Stress Therapy Rollerball. So this is something that I got in, I believe, the Holland & Barrett Advent Calendar in December. And these are products that I feel are quite gimmicky. I've never had any use for them or anything like that, and I've never found that they did anything, but I feel like this one really does. So it just says slow down, breathe and reclaim your calm. It is Total De-Stress Pulse Point Rollerball, and it's by Tisserand Aromatherapy. So it is pure essential oil blend, and it is something that I do just put on the insides of my wrists. I'm not 100% as to where all my pressure points are, but I do believe on your wrists is one of them, so that's where I stick it. I tend to put this on before bed because most times I do kind of sleep like this, so the scent is then under my nose and I feel like it is very calming. This is the product that I do use when my pillow spray isn't kind of enough to de-stress me if I've had a really stressful day or just kind of life in general at the moment. And I feel like this has been really helping me just to calm me down with the essential oils and things like that. It does have an almost eucalyptus scent to it as well, so I feel like when it is under my nose and I am doing deep breaths, the eucalyptus is helping me kind of take a deeper breath as well and just really help and calm me down. So this is a product that I didn't think much of. I thought I would just give a go because I was feeling exceptionally stressed, and I feel like it has genuinely helped me out. Then on to the few fails that I had in February. The first one is this cream shadow from the Balm. This is the Petal to the Metal cream eyeshadow in the shade Shift into Overdrive, and it is this sort of browny coppery shade. Again, you will have already heard my review in my everyday makeup drawer, so apologies, I'm repeating myself, but this did not work for me at all. There was just no pigment to this. I could apply this layer upon layer upon layer on my lid, and other than a slight shift of shine and glitter that you might see, there was nothing much to it. I did apply this after applying a shade in my crease in my outer corner, but I just felt like it looked like I had nothing on my lids other than possibly eye primer to give it a kind of shiny look, and that was about it. There was just no depth to it at all, and I do wonder that if I had even perhaps picked up a deeper shade of this one, whether that one would have showed up or not, or if it is just this formula. I'm not really a cream eyeshadow kind of person. I will go in with liquid shadows on occasion, but when it comes to cream shadows I do much prefer powder, so I didn't really have high hopes for it, but I did think it would show up a little bit more than it did, because that was just basically nothing at all. So yeah, this one was a bit of a fail. Then I have this lip balm from ELF. This is one of their Ride or Die lip balms, and this one is in the scent and shade Cookie. The reason why this one is a fail is because I can't get it out of the tube. So you can see how much I've indented that tube, and I've probably used this once. That was just literally for one application. I'm not a massive fan of these metal foily kind of squeezy tubes anyway, but I don't know if something's been packed wrong, because I've seen so many people physically using these and they don't seem to have an issue getting the product out. But if I literally show you now and try and squeeze with all my might, literally I am squeezing as hard as I possibly can. I'm even bending it. And nothing is coming up. I don't think there's a stopper on it because I've already had product out. I can't seem to squeeze anything off. I've even had my husband squeeze it and he can't get anything out. So I don't know if I just have a defect product, but literally no matter how hard I squeeze this, nothing will come out. I must have got the tiniest of amounts out the top for one application, and now that's it, it's kind of stuck. Okay, so you've just seen how much I've squeezed that, and it is literally lifted up. Not even a millimetre, I would say. So I can't fully test this product because it just won't come out, and I feel like I'm missing something. Is this just me? Why won't it come out? I understand it is a thick consistency, but surely some product should come out the tube. So yeah, this one was a fail because I can't try it and I just can't get it out. I am quite tempted to cut it, to be honest, because I just don't think there's going to be any other way for me to get this product out of here. And then my final fail of the month are these lashes from Ardell. These are the magnetic liner and lashes. I did recently try magnetic liner and lashes, which I think were from Kiss, and I did really enjoy them, but unfortunately one of the magnets came off the lash, so I couldn't use them anymore. So I was looking for alternatives and I found these on, I think it might have been Look Fantastic. These are nowhere near as good as the ones from Kiss. One point to mention first of all, there's a lot of waste of plastic, which did annoy me slightly. They could have put them in a smaller box for this amount of product. So we have the tube of liner, which the liner itself is fine. It does apply easy enough. I would say that it probably applies slightly easier than the Kiss one, and I feel like it does dry down slightly quicker as well. Although do not get it in your eye because it really, really stings if you get it in your eye. As to the lashes themselves, I just feel like the band isn't very flexible at all. So when I was putting them on my eye, it just wasn't forming around my eye. I know people say about trimming lashes and things like that, but I don't think that's the case with magnetic ones, because the magnets are on the very, very end and you'd obviously want the magnets to stick down. But yeah, I just don't feel like these were as flexible, and they just felt quite stiff on the eye. And even when I did eventually get them to stick down, I just felt like they weren't really comfortable at all, and I could feel them. And I know it takes a while to get used to lashes, but I felt like I had got used to the Kiss ones, and these are, I think, slightly more dramatic than them, but they are also slightly more wispy, and I just don't think they looked good at all. I couldn't seem to get them to meld in with my lashes. I did have them right down onto the lash line. I tried putting mascara through them as well to combine them together, but they just seemed to sit awkwardly on top, and no matter how I manipulated them, I just couldn't get them to work for me. I am obviously a complete beginner at lashes, so it could be user error. I don't know if I'll get any use of these at all because I just can't seem to get them to work for me. The first time I did try them, it was as I was about to sit down and film a video. So there was a video, I think towards the beginning of January, where I did have black liner on, and it's the magnetic black liner because I did intend to wear these to film, but it just didn't work out, so I just had to keep the liner on. I'm probably best just having a go with these when I'm not doing my makeup for anything else, and see if it is just me or if it is just the product themselves on not being very good. So that is all my favourites and fails from February, and that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks.